Royalty, dignitaries, politicians, everybody wanted to be at this one. The pre-match nerves have been banished now. It's on with the show. And on to the team news first, and we'll bring you the Brazilian lineup first. Carlos Alberto Parreira has decided to change a winning lineup, partly because of a knee injury to the pivotal man in midfield, Emerson. The crowd extremely expectant here. Emerson's replacement, though one of the world's best dead ball exponents, Juninho Pernambucano, and striker Adriana, who scored on this ground in the final of the Confederations Cup against Argentina just 12 months ago, also sustained a knock in the win over Ghana. So Gilberto Silva, he steps up from the substitutes bench as well. And now we have the team photograph with the players converging here behind the banner which says no to racism, pretty obviously. And the players have all joined in this display of entente cordiale. They speak French and they speak Portuguese, but they love one another. And Zinedine Zidane just happens to know Ronaldo quite well from their time together with Real Madrid, of course. But tonight they're very much on opposing sides, as Brazil and France say no to racism. And that's a lovely keep shot picture for the album. Now the tossing of the coin with our referee from Spain, Luis Medina Cantalejo. He's so far had charge of Germany against Poland, Holland against Argentina, and Italy against Australia. And he's only seen 2 goals in those 3 games, the referee. I hope he sees a few more tonight. No changes for the French. Raymond Domenech leaves well alone in the wake of his side rediscovering its appetite for victory in the last 2 matches. Thierry Henry is the only out-and-out striker, so Florent Malouda and Frank Ribéry have important roles. They will both supply width to the attack and hopefully ammunition. So it's a great picture here, blue and yellow everywhere, and it looks as though there's a few Croatian fans hung around as well. Among the substitutes there, the names of Emerson and Adriano, though we don't expect them to feature. And yellow cards, by the way, going into this game as we look at Carlos Alberto Parreira, who never played the game professionally, and Raymond Domenech, who certainly did. He was a gritty player for Olympique Lyonnais. The yellow cards going into the game for Brazil, Juan, who is a starter, and Adriano, who is a substitute. And for France, Patrick Vieira, Zinedine Zidane and Frank Ribéry. And I mention that because should any of those 3 pick up a yellow card tonight, they would miss the semi-final against Portugal in Munich next Wednesday. Well, Ronaldo looks a happy chap, and well he might. He's the new record holder for goals scored in World Cup finals, having overtaken the legendary German Gerd Müller in the last match against Ghana. 15 goals he has. And we're off and running with Brazil, need I tell you, in yellow and blue, France in all white. And the ball already with the other legend, Cafu. I can still see the pictures now of Cafu 4 years ago in Yokohama, receiving the World Cup trophy in a dazzling ceremony after the victory over Germany. It could end up as a repeat of that final, or it could, and this of course is a repeat of the 1998 final. Roberto. Strong, sturdy tackle in midfield, and Zidane will attempt to get away from Roberto. He's suddenly finding the magic, but Henry was in an offside position as Zidane tried to weave him through. Coming deep to pick things up, Gilberto Silva. Roberto Carlos, then Kaká, there's the old Zidane magic. It had been said he'd lost it, but he's refound it in the last game. Sagnol played straight out. Important for both teams to try and start this game well. Oh, and that nearly got to Ronaldo. And it was almost a bad mistake in the heart of that French defence in the early couple of minutes. And Ronaldo has certainly rediscovered his zest and urge to score goals as Juninho Pernambucano ploughs her way forward, but Cafu gets his feet all knotted up. Brazil, amazingly, have only ever beaten France once in a competitive fixture. And that, would you believe, was in 1958 in the World Cup semi-finals. Great romping run from Vieira, halted, however, in his tracks by Lucio. One or two indeterminate touches of the ball in the early stages, which suggests that the nerves are still there. Now Cafu plays with AC Milan at the moment, but the word is he's probably going to return to Brazil after the World Cup finals to join up with Sao Paulo. Roberto Carlos is staying well forward. There was no way he was going to retreat there. Oh, nice little touches around the edge of that area by Ronaldinho, the World Footballer of the Year. First free kick of the match goes Brazil's way, and it is won by the World Footballer of the Year, who really has to get going in these World Cup finals. We've not seen the best of Ronaldinho as yet. Maybe it's his time to come to the party. Now, I've said it before, there is no better taker of a free kick in world football than Juninho. He scored on this ground last year. He's already got one goal in these World Cup finals. He practices every single day, and what he does, he lines up a target only 6 yards in front of him and practices getting it over the top of that target, so that in reality, when it's like this, he knows exactly what to do, and he usually hits the target. I am warning you. It's Juninho Pernambucano. Bartes will know all about him from his days in France. It's almost Lyon versus Marseille, this. But I do reassure you, it's Brazil versus France. And it is Juninho, and it was about to get through, and it flicked off a French head and out for the corner. More practice needed. It was heading in the right direction. And Brazil have this corner. It is their first. Punched by Bartes, athletically so, to Cafu. Roberto Carlos to pick up the header. Comes away with it from the tackle by his Real Madrid colleague Zidane, who then fouls the opponent, and Brazil will have a second free kick. A little further out than their last one, though. Zidane, remember, has to be careful tonight, otherwise he'll be out of the semi-final. But then players would rather miss semi-finals than finals. Flighted in well. Was he offside? Yes, he was. It wouldn't have counted. Juan stealing forward. The defender who knows all about playing here in Germany. He's in the Bayer Leverkusen squad. France haven't got going yet. Dida has been a spectator at the one end of the field. Here is Eric Abidal, one of the considerable contingent from Olympique Lyonnais. Covered by Lucio this time. Bright start for Brazil, less so for the French, but here is Galas. On to Sanyol, another who plays here in Germany at Bayern Munich. Now Patrick Vieira, scorer of goals in the last two games. Zidane taking the ball away from Gilberto Silva. Then it's Malouda. Abidal, Malouda just gets a toe end on this. And the Spanish referee quite firm in his decision here, but a look to the heavens from Raymond Domenech. Well, we've seen that from few coaches, inquisitive about decisions. And Lucio with the take here for Brazil. The last time these sides met was in Paris, a FIFA celebration match which ended 0-0. Well, Abidal made something of what was effectively a poor clearance, and Henry is forward. Well broken up though by the enforcer, Gilberto Silva, playing the Emerson role. It's up here for Ronaldinho. He's going to be given off. He might think he started level there with William Galas. Well, he didn't. It's a good decision. So remember, only Carlos Alberto Parreira here, only his Brazil team left to represent the rest of the world against Europe in the Final Four, with Germany, Italy and now Portugal going through. That's found Henry. Not for long. Kaká. Ronaldinho, there was a stumble, but it's actually opened the door for Roberto here. And an excellent tackle on him by Galas. Zidane, 2 white shirts ahead of him. Zidane will hit the longer ball. It's a raking pass, but it's too close to Dida. And Henry clasps his hands to his mouth, as he often does in that famous Gallic expression. And Roberto Carlos is sprinting away in famous Brazilian fashion. Roberto, scorer of a goal in the last game. He didn't get many goals in his time at Bayern Munich, and I'm told he's on his way to Greece soon. Here goes Carlos, who's still got the old explosive pace. May get a corner, yes he does. Brazil lead 2-0 on corner kicks. 50-50 decision actually, and it's gone against Villisagnol. He hasn't got many goals for Bayern Munich either, but then he's a full-back. Short. Carlos, he'll thump it. Yeah, I thought he would. He thumped it much too hard and nearly decapitated a cameraman. The header from Henry only steers the ball to Juan. And across with Roberto Carlos. Cafu showed too much of the ball to the opponent. But eventually gets his pass into Roberto. Ronaldo. Cafu. It's gone out. Football supporters are very imaginative, both in the songs that they sing and in the clothes that they wear these days. And there are 6 Brazilians here with stars on their heads, with the years 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994 and 2002, which just happened to be the years that Brazil won the World Cup. And the 6th member spelling out Brazil had 2006 on his head. I wonder. They're certainly getting a surfeit of free kicks and corners from the Spanish official as we hit 10 minutes with a Ronaldinho free kick. Lucio will be forward, Juan will be forward. Only Roberto Carlos stays back in the vicinity of the halfway line. As Brazil look for the early lead. We saw one last night for Italy, which really deflated Ukraine. Referee Cantalejo still wants Maikelele to retreat another 6 inches. That's all. Thank you, Claude. He's probably moved back now. Anyway, it's a Ronaldinho free kick, which has got across, and there's a chance, and it was a Ronaldo chance, a header for the centre forward, which he steered over and not beneath the bar. Just a bit too much elevation on him as he craned the neck. Ronaldo looking to add to his 3 goals at these finals. Top scorer 4 years ago in Korea and Japan. Well, the French have come into this game very confident on the heels of their last success. And here goes Malouda, kept at bay by Lucio. Maikelele, a good win of the ball. to be kept in here by Sanyol. He's done that successfully. Movement in the area. It's across to the left-hand side into Thierry Henry, who have a crack from here, and the ball scuds away off Lucio's head and knocks him out just about. Now the power of the shot stunned the Brazilian defender. Well, I'm cynically saying he watched where the ball went first before he went to ground. I think Lucio will be all right, and I don't think he'll have too much of a headache. It used to be horrible when the ball had stitches in it. You could get some very nasty wounds in the old days. Carlos Alberto Parreira there, one of the few men who has coached many a team at World Cup finals. He also coached Kuwait, United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia at the finals. Winner, of course, in 1994. And Lucio is still coming round as he walks along the goal line. So the Brazilians are still down to 10 for the moment, and France have an attack going here with some space for Maikelele, and across to, if this one is played across by Henry, it will require a desperate clearance by Roberto Carlos. Killed by Zidane. Space opening up now for Sanyol, who'll try his luck. It's flicked away here, and Lucio's recovered, back on the field, and gets a more comfortable header away than the last one. The French are going to get the next free kick. For Ronaldo's hustling and bustling on Maikelele, his old pal from Real Madrid days a few years ago. Well, it really did require Roberto Carlos in there for Brazil. Short and quickly done, and Maikelele cross into the penalty area. There might just be something here, and they're all around the ball, and surely somebody's going to win a corner out of this, and that somebody is the hard-working Maikelele, born in Kinshasa. Thuram appealing, and the referee agreed with his assertion. France's first corner of the night here in Frankfurt. So some defending for the world champions to do, and they do it well, but it's coming back, and it's coming back very high as well from Ribéry. That was into about row Q, I reckon. Scored the first goal, his first goal for his country in the victory over Spain. But that threatened nothing. Brazil 0, France 0, just inside the first quarter of an hour. And Ronaldo emerges with the ball at his boot. And he might get it back again in a potentially dangerous zone here. Threading it through. Here goes Ronaldo now. Will pull it back in. It was a decent enough chance. Kaka was storming in on that one, and the slightest of contact might have nudged the ball into the French net. There was no contact to French relief, and they attack with Malouda. And with the elegant Henry, but he's railroaded out of this one by Lucio. Well, Brazil always play with a bank of 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, 2 strikers. And Ronaldinho has gone up into a striking position alongside Ronaldo tonight in the absence of Adriana, the Inter Milan striker, who has 2 goals in the competition. Just had a slightest of knocks in the last match. I think he'll be back for the semi-final. He's a bit of a favourite of Carlos Alberto Parreira. And the other reasoning behind this is that Ronaldinho needs a goal in his World Cup finals. He's not got one as yet. Here he is on the ball now, and he's desperate for one. And here he goes, and again he tries to thread it inside the defender. A lot of work to be done here, however. And there was again too much pace on the pass. Just. So we get a toothy grin. Brazil dominating possession. He was only just overweighted. And I'm not talking Ronaldo there. Lovely close-up of the ball that's been used here at these FIFA World Cup finals for 2006, and although that ball is hoofed away by the Brazilian defence, it's going to come their way again for the foul here on Vieira. And the free kick is for the French, and it's taken already, and Samuel will storm onto this ball, knowing there are about 3 Frenchmen across the centre. That's virtually the first touch of the ball Dida's had. The regular number 1 for Brazil these days, having been number 2 to Marcos 4 years ago, and Tafarel before that. Firmly established now, Dida. Juan. Well, we're really getting close to the climax of these World Cup finals now. 4 games to go after this one, that's all, and the party will be over. A party that billions have enjoyed, not those who've been fortunate enough to come to all the matches here, but the billions watching around the world. And they'll all be tuned in tonight, I know that. Everywhere from Addis Ababa to Zimbabwe. Such is the global nature of this contest. And Brazil playing some lovely football there. It's into Ronaldo from Ronaldinho. Bartes was smart. And again justifying his coach's decision to make him the number 1, Bartes, ahead of Gregory Coupe. A decision which didn't go down too well with the other French keeper. They've managed to release Malouda, who's pacey. His cross was to nobody in particular, but still Roberto Carlos sends it spinning out for a throw-in to the French. Ribéry. Ribéry definitely a contender for man of the match against Spain. Now it's Zidane, then it will be Sagnol. .5 minutes played here in Frankfurt. Neither side gaining an advantage as yet. We've not seen a goal scored anywhere today, apart from penalty goals in a shootout. And there weren't too many of those successful ones either. The French coming into the game a little more now, and that was intended for Malouda, but he hadn't guessed, or second-guessed, Ribéry's intentions. It's into Henry! He was offside. On the far side of the field, Medina Hernandez making that decision, and again we credit him with a correct call. But we saw the other evening this Spanish played a dangerous game in being caught square by France, and Ribéry took full advantage. Cafu now for Brazil. Juninho. This Juninho, by the way, also called Pernambucano after a village where he comes from, and not to be confused with the other Juninho who played for Brazil at the last World Cup finals. Just as the Gilberto Silva here in midfield is not to be confused with the defender Gilberto, who may come on later. He's one of the substitutes. 20 minutes played. Brazil 0, France 0. Lucio rides the first tackle. He'll be forward in company with all the rest here, but that ball is too far ahead of Ronaldo. There's Mario Zagallo on the left of Parreira, just out of shot. There he is, just poking his head in. The assistant manager and one of the greatest names in Brazilian football history. Sagnol. Long for Henry. Yeah, he's won the corner out of this. He was 1-on-2, but he's done well enough to get a corner for France. And it will be their second, so they've equalled the Brazilian tally now. Florent Malouda, one of the Lyon players, looks as though he's going to swing it into the goalkeeper. No foul given. And I'm not surprised by the decision. I never thought there was. But Brazil do have a break here. And it's opening up through the middle for them. Oh, what a disappointing ball this one is, however. From Cafu, who launched it long over Ronaldo. That's where Vieira went down. No question of a foul by Lucio. And the referee had a good view of all of that. He didn't consider it a dive, however. Thuram on to Galas, and then further along the line to Eric Abidal, one of the newcomers in the side since the retirement of Vicente Lizarazu, that fine servant of French football and German football at Bayern Munich. There's a push in the back here by Gilberto Silva. So France with the free kick. We await the first goal of the game. It's France who are looking for it now with Zidane. We all know he's capable of hawking one out. It's Malouda. Oh, that's a very weak finish from Malouda, who's been preferred in the starting lineup to the likes of Sylvain Wiltord or Sidney Govou. Remo Domenech, who took much criticism in the French press in the build-up to the World Cup finals, has so far done an excellent job in steering his team this far. He also has two class strikers in David Trezeguet and Luis Saha to call upon. They've seen very little action. Maikelele, now of Chelsea, of course. Well picked out, good piece of defending there by Juan. France already have it back. Just look how Zidane just kills the ball stone dead with his toe end. Ronaldo just unable to intercept. They were playing a dangerous game on halfway. Sanyol. People always concentrate on the wonderful gifts and attacking skills of the Brazilians, but they often forget that they're a very good defending team too, as Lucio proves there. Calmly nodding the ball down to Cafu, who instigates another move forward in company with Kaká. Well, the long-leggy Abidal almost took the ball away from Cafu. I think, well, that's going to be a yellow card shown to the Brazilian captain, Cafu. He did get a caution earlier in the competition, but not in the last match, so he can still play in the semi-final should Brazil make it through. Portugal awaits the winner. Zidane. Has that wonderful ability to look up and assess a situation and just keep on running until something appears for him. Juninho losing the possession there. Hooked away by Gilberto Silva. And the two goalkeepers will be very pleased by the fact that neither has been called upon to make a proper save as yet. Malouda for France. Henry trying to make space ahead, but the ball again magnetised by Lucio's forehead. And then magnetised by Maikelele in being given it back. Brazil just enjoying a greater share of the ball. Not by a significant amount. So Maikelele. Too short, but they've got the free kick. The indiscretion by Lucio on Henry. Well, we saw Brazil have a free kick in a similar area quite early on that, when Juninho's shot was deflected out for a corner. Let's see what the French can do in similar circumstances. A highly focused man at the moment, Zinedine Zidane, who believes it's his destiny to win the World Cup for a second time and to erase that horrible memory of 4 years ago in Korea when France went home without even scoring a goal. The worst defence ever by any defending champions. Even Ronaldinho's coming back now, and he wasn't going to do originally. Can Zidane achieve the breakthrough here? No, it's too high. Well, it happens. Some you get right, some you get pretty horribly wrong. And that was in the latter category. 26 minutes played, still Brazil 0, France 0. And I wonder if we're in for a third penalty shootout in 4 quarter-finals. That's the route that Germany and Portugal have taken. Only Italy have gone through in the 90 minutes of normal time. Here goes Maikelele now. Seeing a lot of the ball, Claude Maikelele. Now it's Zidane, sweeps it for Abidal. That's beyond Henry, and there was not much thought about that pass, to be fair. Zidane is coming back to his magisterial best. Abidal. The French press have been saying it's one last hurrah from their captain, and that was vintage Zidane again. Abidal's forward here to Malouda, curling cross, and has to be acrobatically put out of harm's way by Roberto Carlos. The most teasing cross Malouda's played so far. Well, that's what he does best, and nobody else in the world does it quite like Zizou. Should be an acrobat, shouldn't he? Corner France, 0-0 the score, and it was a dangerous ploy. Now, it was a dangerous free kick because Lilian Thuram went racing towards the ball, and so did Galas. But it yielded nothing for the French. It's going to be another closely fought contest. One mistake could decide this one, or one flash of brilliance from somebody out there. And again, Brazil have been really unable to get Ronaldinho into the game as they would like. Here he is now. There's the flick. Now they have got him into it. Ronaldo's shot barged away. Well, the French have clearly been working on how they're going to mark Ronaldo and Ronaldinho, the two Ronnies, and they're doing it very adeptly at the moment. It's going to be a free kick for Ribéry here against Roberto Carlos. One player booked on the night so far, Cafu of Brazil. Well, France with Abidal moving forward. Only Henry, though, in a very isolated central position. So they have to discover other avenues, and Zidane for once loses his way. Forgot to take the ball with him, so it's Roberto. Not caught, says the referee, by Maikelele, who thanks him as he runs past. Maikelele, I imagine, speaks Spanish after all those years with Real Madrid. Forward for Henry now, one-on-one with Juan. That takes a bit of saying, one-on-one with Juan. Half an hour gone by, and we await the break. It is Maikelele. We've seen one or two unlikely scorers in matches at these World Cup finals. One last night in Gianluca Zambrotta of Italy, scoring for only the second time in his career. I wonder if Sagnol or Maikelele can come up with a goal tonight. Well, it's the French turn, and it is their corner from Malouda, and Dida. It's a crowded area. He does well to punch it as far as Ribéry. Back in here, and offside. Well, there's hardly been a clear-cut chance. Brazil have had 2 shots on goal so far. France 3. and only one of the 5 shots between the two teams has been on target. So those who were hoping for a feast of goals and extravaganza are disappointed right now. 31 minutes played, but always the further you go in competitions, major competitions like this, the goals tend to dry up a bit. Now we got well over a century of goals in the opening phase. But certainly in the second round and the quarter-finals, goals much harder to come by. Going back and picking the ball up is Juninho. You do wonder if burnout figures with some of the players. Ronaldinho had an exhausting European season with Barcelona, not just in La Liga in Spain, of course, but in the Champions League as well, with his team going all the way to a victorious finale in Paris against Arsenal. And he really hasn't sparked into life at these finals, but it's his Arsenal opponent in that match, Gilberto Silva, who gives away the latest free kick. No, it isn't that. Oh, it is, yes, I thought it was. Gilberto Silva in place of Emerson tonight in that holding role in midfield. Zidane to orchestrate. Thuram will be forward here and will get his head to the ball in the danger area. It's cleared by Juan, however. Just 12 minutes remain in the first half in Frankfurt. Sounds like a jumbo jet roaring overhead right now. But nobody's taken off on the field as yet. It's still 0-0. And we may have a long wait for a goal, the way the game is shaping up. Ribery just got a flailing arm, I fancy, maybe here from Roberto Carlos. There, the left arm came out, caught him across the chest. Henry says to the official, you should be looking out for that. Nothing was given. Zidane beaten on the jump there by Gilberto Silva. Well, the Brazilian defensive pattern is excellent. They've got those 4 at the back, and the 2 centre halves have been a real rock for them. They've conceded only the 1 goal, surprisingly, to Japan in the entire tournament of Brazil. And they haven't lost a match in the World Cup finals since that 1998 final against the French in Paris. They were the winners, of course, without being beaten, winning all their matches 4 years ago in Korea and Japan. And they've won all their games here as well. And Kaká, he was a bit slow there. He got caught, paid the penalty. Henry, though, too casual. He gave it back to Brazil. Ronaldinho spinning and twisting and turning, but not emerging with the ball. Mistakes are plenty right now. What can Malouda achieve? Oh, nothing. Showed too much of it to Brazil. And there's been an uncharacteristic number of mistakes made. He's onside here. This is Malouda. 2 defenders around him once again. And it is the defenders who are catching the eye in this game right now, rather than the attackers. Cafu still loves the game as much as ever, and he withstood a challenge there from Abidal. Still as fit as ever, Cafu, at the age of 36. I think it's fair to say it'll be his last World Cup finals. Well, that's a rather ungainly slice of the ball. Nil-nil, 10 minutes before half-time in Frankfurt. Away goes Sanyol. Always enjoyed his football here in Germany at Bayern Munich. Malouda. For Zidane, it's opening up a bit here, and he'll slip Abidal through. Cafu working hard to deny any space. It's going to be a war of attrition, is this one, unless somebody can open it up here. Malouda's ball has eluded everybody. Well, we know Roberto Carlos can kick a football with a pretty hefty left boot, but he hit that one a long way straight out. It's not quite been the captivating contest we imagined as yet. Too much at stake. We all know that goals change games, and it will only need one. And France might be looking for one here from a free kick, awarded against Cafu, who's already yellow carded. Impossible. He's speaking French to the Spanish referee. Impossible. Yuri Jokeyev, one of the former French international players. What a good player he was as well, Yuri Jokeyev. So can Thierry Henry or Zinedine Zidane find a goal for us and find a goal for France in the match, which would really stun the world champions? Henry gives way to Zidane, and it's just over. Not a bad effort though, Malouda's header. Spinning high, right into our lens. And Dida was unmoved. Dida will probably be fancying a penalty shootout. 4 shots so far from the French, just 2 from Brazil, who started well, but have faded somewhat in this game. The Brazilians now have not been anywhere near Fabian Barthez's goal for a long time. Ronaldinho. Now, the final pass has not been good at all tonight from Parreira's side. I was saying that Dida might fancy the penalty shootout. He's got as good a record as any goalkeeper in the world over penalty shootouts. In the World Club Championship and the Champions League, he often turn out to be the hero. I wonder if it's going to be Dida's night again, or will it be Fabian Barthez maybe? A long way to go before we consider penalty shootouts, and France are trying to do something about that here now, and Zidane was backing in. Don't think there's much disputing that, but Cafu's going to have to be careful for a long time in this match. 50 minutes remain and 30 seconds. Roberto Carlos into Roberto. He does try and put some purpose into the movement forward. Now it will be with Ronaldo. A flick of the right boot has dispatched it Cafu's way. He'll swing it in here, but too far. And again, it is that final pass, but to right. Well, they're having a great night. The weather has been absolutely phenomenal in Germany over the last month that we've been here. So a few suntans there. Zidane. The game's so easy for him. Ribéry, the Olympic Marseille player who had such a good season for his club in the UEFA Cup in particular. Will take it forward again here now. Remember, he scored the first goal before half-time in the game against the Spanish. Roundabout now it was as well. Malouda, he's tricked his man here. It's a cross ball which will be played out of harm's way by Juan. Well, Malouda's figuring prominently. And France have now overtaken Brazil in terms of ball possession, 55% to 45%, and here's Vieira, too long on the ball. But I wouldn't say it's been a 40-odd minutes to savour particularly. Great games need goalmouth action. Of that there has been very little. I'm sure even Ronaldo's looking at one of those jets flying over. More visible to him than to us. Well, Malouda really is seeing a lot of the ball, and he stroked this one up to Henry, but it's taken away from the record Arsenal goal scorer. Roberto Carlos, infield. Gilberto Silva knows exactly what his job is. He's a very accomplished musician, Gilberto Silva, by the way. Plays the mandolin. Not a lot of people knew that. Henry, the French won't be playing music there either. No harmony in that movement. So 2.5 minutes remain in the first half. Maikelele doing his job again. Well, they've all been doing their jobs, but the trouble is they've cancelled one another out so far in this match. Totally. And it does need a Ronaldinho or a Kaká or a Zidane or an Henry to get the crowd buzzing. This is Roberto. Wriggles away from Henry, slips it into the path of Ronaldinho. Oh, I don't think he can possibly have been going for goal there. All he managed to do was wind the opponent. Thierry Henry is also winded. That one right into the back of Sagnol, who felt it. And Brazil will try again. It doesn't get to Ronaldinho. It will get as far as Cafu. Dominic looks a bit concerned on the edge of his technical zone, and he had a right to be as well, but the cross is met by William Galas. And Zidane breaks for France. Past one, past two, slips it brilliantly. A race through the middle here. Can they close him down, or will there be a card? And it's certainly a booking of what colour? It's Juan to be taken away. Big decision this for the referee. Yellow, I think that's right. It's yellow for Juan. The French will think he denied a goal-scoring opportunity. But Juan is out of the semi-final because it's his second consecutive caution. Really took Patrick Vieira out there. The referee with a massive call. Well, we all know how adept Vieira is in those circumstances. Juan disconsolate because he will miss the semi-final if, of course, Brazil make it through. The validity of the decision, I think, not much doubt about it. He's really taken the ankles of Patrick Vieira. Dominic's just having a word with the fourth official there and saying, should that not have been a red card? Well, did he deny him a goal-scoring opportunity? He was 25 yards out, maybe. Vieira okay to continue. Such a difficult man to mark, of course. And he romped onto Zidane's pass. He was going to take some halting, that's for certain. And it just affords an opportunity for the French here to try and score before the break with the free kick as we move into added time. And the referee will take into consideration the length of this delay. So there will be over a minute to play. No Vieira on the field of play at the moment. Fourth official Mark Shield won't let him back on until after the free kick is taken. So it's going to be the responsibility, I imagine, of Zidane here, or maybe Henry. And how it would change the team talks if France were to score. Thuram is ushered away. It will be Henry. And he's given the penalty, has he? Or is it a free kick on the edge? It's a free kick on the edge for a handball. Whoa, another massive call from the referee. And another card, I think, coming out. Whose hand went up? Ronaldo's arm. Well, they're getting closer by the second. Henry shouted for the penalty, or a free kick, or whatever. Ronaldo is booked. It's his first caution. Big call. Did it strike the arm? Did Ronaldo deliberately do that? Well, it's impossible to call, really. Impossible to say he would do it deliberately. With the ball so close to him, struck by Henry. Vieira's now back on, so they've a full 11 here. And these, I assure you, are key moments, because if France score, it turns the game on its head. Naturally, 11 Brazilians stand there good and true and firm, trying to make sure the ball doesn't get around that wall. Once more, that's a touch of deja vu, to use a bit of French about this. From seconds ago. Maybe Zidane this time, it was Henry last time. Or maybe they'll slip it to Sagnol, of all people. They're certainly taking the time. He's going to blow the whistle for half-time if they're not careful here. Still, the Spanish official urges the Brazilians to withdraw by about a centimetre. Zidane, and he's played it straight at the wall. It's almost impossible to get it above them. The clearance is not a good one, and it's cleared now. That's a better one. The referee, I think, is going to say, let's cool it. Let's all go to the dressing rooms and have a breather. It's not been the best of halves, to be fair. We expected more. And Ronaldo still arguing the point there with the referee. So we've had no goals, and there have been very, very few signs of any goals. Still all kisses and cuddles down on the touchline here. But it's not been dignified particularly. And at half-time here in Frankfurt, it's Brazil 0, France 0.
There are 5 key steps to tackling the coronavirus: hands, elbow, face, distance and feel.
Comece pelas mãos. Por favor, lave as mãos com frequência usando sabão ou gel desinfetante.
With your elbows bent, please cover your nose and mouth if you sneeze or cough. If using tissues, dispose of them immediately.
Respecto a la cara, evita tocarte tus ojos, nariz y boca, así puedes evitar que el virus entre en tu cuerpo.
保持距离，对于人与人的交往而言，要保持一定的距离。对于有咳嗽等症状的人来说，更要保持在1.5米以上的距离。要学会避让，躲开。
Si vous vous sentez mal, restez chez vous et suivez scrupuleusement les consignes des autorités sanitaires.
Brazil with not a single shot on target in the game. It certainly hasn't been vintage Brazil throughout these games. They have, as I said earlier, got a little bit better as they've gone along. They started with a really stuttering 1-0 victory against Croatia. Went on to beat Australia 2-0, but it was quite late in the day when they got their goals against the Socceroos in Munich. And then a 4-1 win against Japan and a 3-0 triumph against Ghana probably didn't really extend the Brazilians as much as they would have liked. They're not having it easy tonight against Zidane and co. No substitutions at all. But the referee from Spain, most significantly, has booked 3 Brazilians: captain Cafu, defender Juan and striker Ronaldo, and that could be crucial later in the day if, of course, we come to the stage where we're considering penalty shootouts at extra time. But for that to happen, that means we'd have a scoreless 45 minutes, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Thuram. Lilian Thuram, what a servant he's been to the French game. Foul here. Once again, it's Juan who is seen as the offender. One of those on a caution, remonstrates with the referee. No chance for Zidane to take it quickly. Roberto Carlos wouldn't let him. He knows all his tricks, of course, from the Madrid practice ground. So France have had all the free kicks in the last couple of minutes, and here they have a chance of a goal. It's gone wide. Thierry Henry, head in hands. He has 2 goals in these World Cup finals. This might well have been goal number 3 for him, but it's steered wide. In fact, I think it was Vieira getting up in front of Henry, possibly. Yes, it was. Patrick Vieira, who scored in the last 2 matches, couldn't make it 3 in a row. But it may be significant that France have suddenly created chances from free kicks that they've been awarded. Here's Roberto for Brazil. And that's going to be another free kick against Vieira. One of those who also has to be careful. A booking for him would rule him out of a semi-final against Portugal. How nice it must be for the Portuguese to be just sitting there waiting and wondering who's it going to be. As if they care, really. They're in the semi-finals. Lucio with the free kick for Brazil. Gilberto Silva will give it back to Cafu. Sprightly as ever. And then Ronaldinho. Wins the corner. Just the 3rd of the night for the Brazilians. Well, he'll wait because there's nobody much up there yet. The heavy artillery arrives now. Brazil want to lead in this game and somehow found a way through all of those bodies. Back with Roberto Carlos, who's desperate to have a shot, I imagine. It shows he's lost nothing in that regard. Ronaldinho confronted by Abidal, drifts inside, plays it forward. Roberto nearly falls over himself, but contrives the position to cross one in here. Oh, Bart has nearly made a howler. I think he got caught in no man's land there. And he was saying that nobody called, I don't think. So throwing for the Brazilians from Roberto Carlos. Still we want a goal in the game. Still Brazil have not had a shot on goal. Bartes is coming for it, loses it in the mix and picks it up again. There was nobody there to take advantage of the slight fumble by the eccentric French goalkeeper. The referee's taken a long time to make this decision. Eventually he does, and he gives the free kick, and Ronaldinho is confronted by 5 white shirts. Henry drifts away to that left flank that he so favours in his club football, and he's made a break like a greyhound. Here is Thierry Henry, only one to aim at in the centre, and Juan was there for Brazil. Well, we all know he's slick, Henry, and it's push and run time for him. No way Cafu's going to stop him, and what's more, he took on Lucio as well. There haven't been many goalless draws in this World Cup, but France did figure in one of them against the Swiss. Amazing, really. Switzerland went out of the World Cup without conceding a single goal. But they weren't very good at taking penalties, I'm afraid. They didn't score one. Vieira, so he's thinking of a shot. Thought better of it. Pops it back out for Abidal. Abidal's cross in here, doesn't reach Henry. Just talking at half-time with friends and the former Tottenham Hotspur manager David Pleat, who sat near me, and we were all agreed that Kaka has been anonymous in this game, and he's been blotted out totally by the French midfielder Vieira and Maikelele. And the Brazilians are just not getting forward with Roberto and Kaka. There's no service to them whatsoever. And it could well be that if Brazil are to win this game, they'll have to make a change in midfield. And Kaka could be the one sacrificed. Zidane, who has imposed himself on the match. Thuram. There was just a slight halt in proceedings there while the referee questioned Maikelele to make sure he was all right, and Franz had to make a decision whether to knock the ball out of play or not. As it happens, they're just stroking it around amongst themselves, playing their own game here. Just saying to Brazil, it's up to you to come and get it from us. Now it's long from Galas. Henry will try to burn off Lucio. Did he get a kick in the head? Well, he ducked his head into it, to be fair. Watch his head go down there. And the boot never made contact, Thierry. He thought it did. He would have known if it had done. Well, these high-definition cameras are astonishing. They show absolutely everything. Vieira for France. He was the captain until Zinedine Zidane returned from retirement voluntarily. That's nicely worked to bring Sanyol into play. Henry will make a movement into the area here. He'll find himself one-on-one. The back here was brilliant, but it just failed to get Vieira in. But credit to the Brazilian defence again. They're not letting their concentration levels drop for a second. And what a good World Cup Juan has had. It's a shame for Brazil that he's going to miss the semi-final, potentially, if they make it, of course. Sanyol is fouled by Ronaldo. Another who's on a yellow card. Coming up to 8 minutes played in the second half. Brazil 0, France 0. A night in Munich in the offing on Wednesday, and they're all in here. Must surely be offside by at least 5 yards, Henry. Well, surely he can't have been surprised by the decision. There, he's off there. And by the time the ball is flicked on, he's one of 2 players well offside, Galas being the other one. No goal in anybody's book. Pourquoi? There's a word. Lucio for Brazil. In a game that needs a goal. As all games that are 0-0 do. I don't think it'll be much longer before substitutions are considered by the 2 coaches. Trying to break the stalemate. And that's definitely what we have here. But who's going to show his hand first? Clever flick of the boot there by Roberto Carlos to dispatch the ball to safety. And he'll now nudge it up there to Roberto, with Ronaldo and Ronaldinho across the centre. Roberto Carlos. Brazil's throwing. Asking for the ball, Kaká. And Kaká will race onto this, but it's just kept away from him. And Zidane then plays it back. And Sanyol will play it forward, but only straight onto the chest of Carlos. Kaká now, any magic from the man from AC Milan? Thuram took it off him. Ribéry. Well dispossessed. Nobody's making any progress in this game. Maybe Abidal will here for France, Les Bleus. Bit of pushing and shoving on Malouda, but we see again just what Zidane can do with a football. Most of us do it in our dreams. He actually does it in reality. And he will take a free kick here for the French, and the tall man Vieira is up there. So is Thuram. So will be Galas. Danger now. Here is a big chance. France have the lead. Thierry Henry has stooped for the glory, and it's Brazil 0, France 1. They call him terrific Thierry in France and in London. And Thierry Henry has brought the contest to light. He's brought Raymond Domenech to his feet. He's got every French arm and the whole of the country and the whole of the stadium in Frankfurt waving in salute. No question of offside. He'd stolen away, but where were the markers? They were all preoccupied with others, and Henry took full advantage to prod it home. It's little more than a toe poke. It's one of the most famous toe pokes of Thierry's career. Brazil 0, France 1. Game on now. And Brazil have 33 minutes left in which to keep their crown. The first goal of the day in 177 minutes of World Cup action. And it's the third goal of this World Cup for Thierry Henry, and the 36th of his French career, 6 of which have come in World Cup finals. Brazil behind. Of course they were to Japan as well, but they came back and scored 4 then. I doubt they'll be doing that tonight. There's a sweetness about the French play now as Maikelele pops it through beyond Henry straight to Dida. Only the second goal Brazil have conceded. Well, it was in this stadium that Brazil won the Confederations Cup last summer with a sumptuous performance against Argentina. They won 4-1 that day, but they're already a goal down in this one. Oh, shocker of a ball. I think Bartes will get to it. Ronaldinho didn't quite react quickly enough. And I'm not sure Dida's reacted quickly enough here either. Questions for both goalkeepers to answer. Away goes Carlos, powering forward. Now we'll see the true Brazil. Now we'll see whether they're up to it. And they're under pressure, the world champions. It could be an all-European contest from here on in. If it's France against Portugal, it will follow Germany against Italy. And it'll be Viva Europa. And I'm afraid they won't like that down in South America. And Thierry Henry has done the business for his country again. He's just signed a new contract to stay in the English Premier League with Arsenal. He overtook great names like Ian Wright and Cliff Paston at that club last season. And he has just scored a precious, precious goal for the French here. Thuram. Now Galas. Of course, the French, it's going to test their durability, whether they can hold on to this advantage they got for themselves. Henry scored against Korea and he scored against Togo, but asking which goal of the 3 he'll remember most. I suspect it might be the one against Brazil. Half an hour to go in Frankfurt. And Galas says hello to a few photographers and guarantees a very close-up picture in the papers tomorrow. Here it is again, Zidane's free kick, absolutely perfect for him to power it into the roof of the Brazilian net. Vive la France. Oh no. There's another race on here, led by Ribéry. Another who's getting better and better in this World Cup. Oh, how close can it come without actually crossing the white line? I'm sure he wasn't intending to score here, Frank Ribéry, and neither was the Brazilian defender who nearly got a touch on it. Well, he did get a big touch on it. Oh, how close to an own goal here from Juan. Horrible moment for the defender. Well, they're all good moments for the French to savour at the moment. Another Zidane corner. The anywhere will do attitude there adopted by Ribéry as he pots it back to Sagnol, further back to Barthez. But we've got a contest here now for the next 28.5 minutes. The onus very much on the Brazilians. They have to find a goal even to take the game into extra time. And Adriana is poised to come on, the Inter Milan striker. Now Roberto Carlos. First time ball in, easily met. Juan. Juninho fouled as Henry came back. Free kick taken, and the referee says play on. Roberto Carlos will play on. It'll be met on the far side by Cafu. 4 yellow shirts already across the centre, but so too is Maikelele there for France. Malouda loses it. That's not what his coach would have asked for him. Cafu's trying to win a corner for his side here, and he's done that. So Adriana to come on. Well, it's a positive move this, because it's Juninho, a midfielder, who comes off. Goals demanded by the Brazilians. And Adriano, a man who's struck 25 for his country, is one of those in here for this. Drops awkwardly for Henry, who can't make tracks. Not sure what Henry's saying there to the referee, but he's said something. However, Roberto. And of course, the other thing that could happen is that France might get a second goal on a breakout like this one. Ribéry still. Roberto Carlos across. Ribéry, it was a good tackle. They weren't about to let him do to Brazil what he did to Spain. Okay, Roberto Carlos has got a boot across his shin. He went into the tackle, he just went over awkwardly on his ankle actually. But he did his job in curbing Ribéry's intentions. "64 minutes played in Frankfurt. Brazil 0, France 1. And whenever you say a scoreline like that, shockwaves reverberate around the footballing world. Nobody ever expects Brazil to lose. But Raymond Domenech, his side will feel that they have a bit of an Indian sign on Brazil. Remember, they beat them in that 1998 final so convincingly as well, 3-0. And they've only ever lost to them once, and that was 48 years ago in competitive action. Now then, it might be something here. Good running, stabbed away by Gilberto Silva to Ronaldo. He'll power on, but he's forgotten to take the ball with him. And the breakout is on the other end here, but it's a poorly laid pass for Thierry Henry. Can't get to that. Expect plenty of ebb and flow now. And it should flow towards the French goal now. Ronaldinho. Adriano, big and powerful, and Ronaldinho getting away. The ball is good. The second one isn't. It just won't find there Roberto. Again, the Brazilians claim back pass, and again the referee shakes his head. Maikelele, what a good game he's had. And Zidane. Malouda, they look to Zidane as a real outlet to France. He really has rediscovered his zest in the last 2 games. And he's here on the ball now. Movement ahead, and then he turns and checks. Spins, drags it back, rolls it out, inviting for Sagnol. The French have a corner. Again, Roberto Carlos showing his studs and critically winning the ball. France will slow it down. They know the clock is ticking away to their advantage. But there is plenty of time for Brazil to come back yet. They're not world champions for nothing. Ribéry with a corner for the French. It flashes through the area. Out they come, and Adriana will race onto the pass, and he'll get inside the French half. Ronaldo's across the 18-yard area. Still it's Adriano. He has a flashing left boot, and he uses it now to bring in, of all people, Cafu down the left wing. Then Ronaldinho. Cafu a second time. Goal kick. Ball came off the captain of Brazil. There's the step over from Ronaldinho, taken on by Cafu. And Vieira back doing a manful job for the French. Good decision from the official. Is it really going to be France-Portugal in the semi-final? Ronaldinho. Clever ball in. Adriano. Oh, well, I don't know whether he's feigning that. It looks as though he got a bang in the face. The referee saw nothing wrong, and Adriano's not made anything of it. So the play will continue, with Cafu now back in his rightful spot. On to Kaká. I'd love to see Kaká or Ronaldinho really come alive in this World Cup finals, but it's not happened yet. And one wonders if it's ever going to happen, or whether they've just had too much football and become rather stale. Cafu's long throw. Ribéry's got to do it all by himself. Vieira's caught. Free kick. Against his old Arsenal colleague Gilberto Silva there, Vieira. But it's Thierry Henry's goal. He's 36 for France, which splits these two teams right now. 21 minutes remain. Gilberto Silva for Roberto Carlos. Dominic is wafting his arms around in the technical area. Ronaldinho is trying to conjure up some magic for Brazil. The longer ball will locate Cafu, who looks at it, thinks about it. He's allowed himself to get closed down, though. So they go all the way back to the halfway line almost. And now it's Juan. Ronaldo. Still Ronaldo. Is there a surge left from him? He's gone to ground and he's got nothing for it. And now, all of a sudden, we've one-on-one at the other end. Henry against Lucio. Henry's ball in. Ribéry. And Dida makes an absolutely crucial intervention. 2-0 Brazil. Even Brazil might not have come back. Well, Dida served Brazil there by stretching himself, spreading himself, and making sure Ribéry didn't get a shot away, and making sure he didn't give away a free kick or a penalty as well. Well, that's the way it's going to be now. Brazil trying to attack as often as possible in these closing 20 minutes. France trying to exploit space on breakaways with Henry and Zidane. They've got the bit between their teeth. Not sure how you say that in French. Maikelele. Malouda. Can they find a second goal? Well, there's certainly a poise about France right now. They look as though they know how to retain a lead. Maikelele finding Zidane. Henry. Not balked in the opinion of the referee. Brazil hang on again. And then they sally forth with Ronaldinho. They're not about to let him do anything. In fact, he's lost the possession. Henry may get a shot away here, but it only warms the fingers of Dida. The crowd at fever pitch now. I did say that goals always change matches, and that Thierry Henry goal has really breathed life into this contest, which was forgettable for 45 minutes. Roberto Carlos. Kaka ran over the ball, but it was only picked up by a Frenchman. And Zidane does his run-around routine. He's rolling off the ball. There's nobody in the world can do it like him, not even Ronaldinho. And here they use him again, and he sends the ball flying across the field to Maikelele. It's virtuoso stuff from Zinedine Zidane. And he'll retire happily if France win the World Cup. Now it's Thierry Henry. He's seen a gap. Tries to go racing through it. Malouda's across the centre. Won't get to him. Now that might be trouble for Sanyol. It's a yellow card, certainly, as he fended away the man there. And no doubt about it, that's a yellow card. He fended off Kaka illegally. And Sanyol is the first French player booked tonight. Well, you surely can't get away with this, I don't think. Kaka went out the arm. Definitely obstructed the opponent. Now it's Ronaldo for Brazil. So keen, of course, in his 4th World Cup finals to make yet another appearance in the final itself. The hero 4 years ago in Yokohama, Ronaldo. He scored both goals, remember. But at the moment, Brazil won't be there. Zidane seems to be just magnetising the ball. So does Ribéry. Henry, too far. French are going to bring on Sidney Govou. Any moment now, the man from Lyon will be a part of the game. He'll probably get 15 minutes of action, and a very, very important 15 minutes as well for France. And what an important 15 for Brazil too. A gloom will descend over South America tonight if Brazil go out. Thuram's underneath this one, but they're making a bit of a meal of it, the two of them. But 24 hours on from Argentina's elimination, this would be seen as a calamity for South American football if Brazil lose as well. Henry. Lucio's gone tearing into him. This is going to be another yellow card, I imagine, for yet another Brazilian. And that's 3 of the back 4 booked tonight, as Lucio also collects the yellow card to go into the referee's book alongside Cafu, Juan and Ronaldo. 4 Brazilians booked, and surely the signal for Govou to come on for the French. Once they've checked on the condition of Thierry Henry. Brazil too are making a switch down there, and Cafu will come off. And I wonder if this is the last time we'll ever see Cafu in World Cup finals. the man who's played a record 20 games, will give way for these closing minutes to Cecilius, the young pretender, who was brilliant in Germany last summer in the Confederations Cup, the former São Paulo player, now at Real Madrid. Well, they need an injection of youth and pace and brilliance. And Govou too coming on, and he is actually going to take the place of Ribéry. Well, I didn't think they'd take Zidane off. So Sidney Govou of Lyon, who's another flyer on for Ribéry, who gets a warm hand from the French. They've really taken to him in his last performances. Still only won 8 caps for France, Frank Ribéry, but he's made a big impact in the last couple. Brazil have also got Robinho worn up and ready to come on, but they'll delay that substitution for a second or two. Zidane with a free kick for the French, who have 14 minutes to play out to retain this 1-goal advantage that would guarantee them that semi-final berth against the Portuguese. 13 minutes. Thierry Henry's goal on 57. And Govou is going to play through the centre with Henry on his right, it would seem, at the moment. I know they're switching roles now. Here is Cecilius with his first touch of the ball. But it's not a bad one because he's brought Kaká into play. Kaká covered by Galas. But Brazil really have got nowhere when you consider that Bartes still hasn't had a shot to save tonight. That's a remarkable statistic in any game involving Brazil, that the opposition goalkeeper has not made a save. Roberto. It's a useful ball in, and it's a useful bit of defending to keep it away as well. And now there is that switch that I was referring to. Robinho on for Kaká, who frankly has been disappointing. His tournament started well with a goal, the winner against Croatia. But what a moment for young Robinho to come in, with 12 minutes left in which to get a goal for Brazil. Here he goes, Robinho. They call him the new Garrincha. Lucio thumps it straight against the French boot. And Henry unable to break away because Roberto Carlos was there. Towering header from the little man. And I would expect Franz to make substitutions too, just to slow things down. That's what sides want to do at a time like this. And they will shortly bring on Sylvain Wiltord, another former Arsenal and Bordeaux player. But they have to counteract Robinho here for Brazil. A little over 10 minutes left for Brazil to get that one elusive goal. Robinho's in the thick of it. Others in yellow are too. The French must battle away to preserve their lead. Roberto Carlos. Ronaldinho. Oh, huge ball from Roberto Carlos, which is well defended. Superbly done by Abidal. And this must be trouble, I would have thought. Certainly a free kick against Malouda, but no card, and Brazil want to get on with it. We've been playing for exactly 80 minutes to the second. It's Ronaldinho for Brazil. They trail by a goal. Their crown is in danger of slipping off its head. It's a cross from Robinho to Cecilius. 4 yellow shirts converge in the penalty area. It drops to Ronaldinho. Big chance here, spurned. Robinho's in the thick of things already, but he can't find the target. But there's some urgency about Brazil, as you would expect there to be. since Robinho's entry. He's already had 3 or 4 touches on the ball. And Malouda's the next to be replaced by the much more experienced Wiltord. Sylvain Wiltord has been used exclusively as a substitute in these World Cup finals and comes on for cap number 85 for his country. Zidane taken down. Well done, referee. He's in there very sharply. Tempers are going to get frayed in these closing minutes, so the urgency of the Brazilians. Roberto going for the ball, caught Zidane, but it was hard to do anything else really from that position. France are on their way at the moment, en route to the semi-final, unless Brazil can find a goal, and they've not got long in which to do that. Govou gets head to ball. Sort of stole in there, but that's a free kick against the French and against Thierry Henry, who always gives that look as if he's the innocent party. It's a rare event for Brazil to go through 90 minutes without scoring at least once. They have 10 goals in the 4 previous matches, but they've rarely looked like scoring one tonight. Robinho, down he goes, free kick for them. No Juninho there to take free kicks anymore. Galas says he was going for the ball, but then they always do say that. They've got the powerful figure of Adriana up there. Lucio, who once scored in a European Cup final for Bayer Leverkusen, is another in here. Brazil with 7 players inside the French penalty area. They need a goal. Have they ever needed one more desperately? Not for a long time, that's for sure. But the Brazilians will just be starting to think that the French have a hoodoo against them. It's amazing how that does happen in football. Some teams are just unable to beat other teams. The French are similarly positioned whenever they play Spain. They usually come out on top, as was shown the other evening. And it's slipping away for Carlos Alberto Parreira. Well, he's got the wise old head alongside him, Mario Zagallo. Dominic looks to the heavens again. I wonder if he's saying a little prayer there. Germany, Italy, Portugal through. France poised to join them in the last 4 of this outstanding World Cup finals. But Brazil with something to say yet. Robinho. Roberto will be pursued and harried. It's a chance for Ronaldo. He's dragged it wide. Those golden boots didn't have a golden touch. Once again, there was a Frenchman getting across his line of vision. And that's what opponents have to do. And how well Sidney Govou did it. Once again, France slow it down with a potential substitution. And very, very slowly, I think they're withdrawing the goal scorer. Thierry Henry will play no further part. Well, Dominic must have considered the penalty shootout. If Brazil were to get a goal, we could have extra time and penalties. Luis Saha of Manchester United is on in place of Henry of Arsenal. But this is France. And Saha, who's not played since the game against Switzerland in the opening match, is on now. So Saha, Govou, Wiltord all on for France with 4.5 minutes the distance between them and a semi-final place. Ronaldinho just keeps the ball in for Adriano. Well, there wouldn't appear to be a way through there, but Adriano does his best and gets the corner. Well, they might as well send Dida up because they need a goal. Everybody but Dida will be forward. Roberto Carlos will hover around the edge of the area. It's in from Ronaldinho, away by Bart as he was fouled. Free kick, France. Flailing arm from the French goalkeeper. It mattered not that Lucio dispatched the shot high. And it came off Roberto Carlos, and Saha was standing in an offside position. And might be booked here for time wasting. He is, Saha. Within 60 seconds of his arrival, he's got a yellow card. The second French caution tonight. Brazil, 3.5 minutes away from being eliminated. From having to wait 4 more years to try and win back the World Cup. If that's the way it stays. Brazil designated as the home team for this match, so the scoreline is Brazil 0, France 1. They'll try again. Ronaldo, he's got to find a way through. He is finding a way through brilliantly. He's got the free kick, has he? They're all saying no, it's a yellow card for Lilian Thuram. He reckons Ronaldo threw himself. The referee's got a smile on his face. Whatever Thuram says, it's a free kick for Brazil, 22 yards from goal. And maybe he did throw himself. Thuram didn't make any contact. Down he went. It's so easy nowadays. Well, 2 minutes from time. Lilian Thuram. Inkling of hope for Brazil. Is this the moment that their World Cup dream is rekindled? Bart frantically points the finger. It's such a massive moment in the game, this one. Ronaldinho has barely had a free kick all 5 matches in the World Cup to take from his favoured position. Well, if ever there was a time for him to prove that he is the best footballer in the world, it's right now. Maybe it will be cometh the 89th minute, cometh Ronaldinho. Bartes is 2 feet from his line. It's Ronaldinho, it's too high, and maybe Brazil's dreams have just gone down the sink. It wasn't a bad one, but it curled a foot too high. Bartes hadn't moved much, barely a limb. France are now a minute away from their victory, plus whatever time is added by the official from Spain. And Govu's powering into the penalty area. And he's got a corner, has he? Or a goal kick? A goal kick. It means Brazil must rush. Cecilius. It was a ground that held happy memories until tonight for Brazil with a victory in the Confederations Cup, but Frankfurt may be seen as the darkest hour for a long while here. They're all calling for it up ahead. The tall figure of Adriana will attack the ball. It will drop to Sagnol. He'll boot it as far as he possibly can. It drops to Zidane, who scored in the last minute against Spain. He's played his man in. It's Saha! Dida makes the save. Brazil is still alive, and there are 3 minutes of added time. A crescendo of noise and excitement around Frankfurt. Play on, says the referee. It's Ronaldo! Beaten away by Bartes! And they just can't get in there before Galas clears. Ronaldo is thwarted. No more glory for him just yet. Why wasn't it like this in the first half? Oh, it's got to go wide. From the outstretched boot of Roberto's, Cecilius' cross is deflected outside the posts, and it flew off his boat. And out for a goal kick. And there Bart could only parry Ronaldo's shot, but there was nobody really to close in on it. Calm down, says Raymond Dominic. How can you calm down at a time like this? 2 minutes of added time are left. A mistake by Gilberto Silva. And France have the ball. No, they don't. They've lost it. And away goes Ronaldinho. One last thrust from the world champions. And still, oh, the free kick's given against Ronaldinho. He's aghast. He can still smile. Seems a two-footed challenge on Sagnol. France are almost there. Within breathing distance of the finishing line. Henry, Trezeguet, they believe the French have done it, and what celebrations there will be here in Frankfurt from the French if they hold on now with a minute exactly remaining. Gilberto Silva across. They've got to try and get the ball up to either Adriano or this man Robinho, turning on the magic now. Ronaldo, no free kick this time, and out they come, all the white shirts. Zidane, can they finish it as they did the other night? Still Zidane plots it through, and there was a foul there, there was a push. But there are 30 seconds remaining, and surely not even Brazil can score a goal in these 30 seconds now. And the streets of Rio, well, they'll be deserted later tonight, I imagine, unless they get a goal from this. It's up there now for Bartos. He'll cling on for dear life. Flag had gone up. Well, the likes of Roberto Carlos and Ronaldo were beaten 8 years ago in the World Cup final by France, and they've had to taste defeat again. France have done it. Ronaldo's World Cup career is over. Zinedine Zidane has led from the front once more, and a single goal by Thierry Henry has guided France into a semi-final meeting with Portugal in Munich against all the odds. Brazil have tasted defeat for the first time since that 1998 final in Paris, and how France must wish they could play Brazil every week. Zidane and co was simply too good for Brazil. The tears are all South American tears. It's got to be an all-European semi-final lineup. Final score, Brazil 0, France 1.